Right. So this is about the technical design documentation, especially on the Guidewire Billing Center, wherein I'm going to explain you about a particular business scenario, which covers high-level design and as well as low-level design of the project. For a given scenario, something that I'm taking about automated direct billing lifecycle. Because generally, when it comes to the billing types are concerned, direct billing, agency billing, all that. Where agency billing, majorly customer pay directly to the insurance company. Agency billing means uh, producer or an agent collect money from the customer and they deduct the commission and send remaining to the insurance company. This is the differences. Now, here is a particular scenario I have taken as implementing a small business premium support billing model for commercial property insurance. So the requirement is as follows. This is what the requirement is because in this system must automatically split the premium into 12 equal installments. Because whenever customer is paying payment for any insurance policy, there can be different types. Sometimes 3 months down payment will be paid, remaining will be paid as an installment. In some conditions, they pay 6 months down payment, remaining will be paid as an installment. In this particular requirement scenario, they have a need that whatever the installment payment customer do, that he is or they are they want to do it in 12 equal monthly installments. But here is a particular requirement that we should understand when there is any payment is missed. For example, customer has paid 3 months premium, 3 months every month for 3-4 months consecutively he paid without any delay. Unfortunately, or fifth or sixth month he missed the payment. Now, system should trigger a 15-day grace period notification before initiating the legal cancellation workflow. That is the scenario. Means we have to provide 15 days of grace period. Within 15 days, he has to pay the payment. Else, cancellation process has to be initiated there, right? So that was the point. At the same time, the system should also support real-time credit card processing through any external payment gateway, right? So this is what the scenario, this is what the requirement is. So when we are learning Guidewire Billing Center, being a individual, we need to understand the real-time scenarios, right? So what are the different real-time scenarios and how this can be addressed? So this requirement is customer is paying monthly payment. If there is any payment which is failed in one time or in middle, so we have to provide 15 days grace period before we are going for cancellation. At the same time, it should also support the real-time credit card processing through any external payment gateway systems, all that, right? So this is it. Now, for this, what should be the high-level design? Because from a technical perspective, understanding over the technical design of the application is important. So, technical design, where we must be knowing about the system architecture. So, these are the different system architecture points we need to know. The one is about the upstream system, because when there is any policy center sending policy period data to billing system, for that we must be having an integration between policy to billing. Second is billing core, because whenever the billing center managing the accounts or any T accounts or invoices, delinquency plans, etc. This is all about the billing core. The third one about middleware, where whatever the enterprise service bus we are facilitating so that we can perform communication between billing center at the same time, whatever the payment gateway system that we are using, everything will be part of middleware. So ESB enterprise service bus can be used even here. Last one about the downstream system, because whenever the payment has initiated, ledgers, general ledgers receive the financial snapshots for month-end reporting, because every month a customer is paying. Okay, month-end reporting has to be generated. So for that, downstream system is required. So If you see high level requirements carefully, this upstream and as well as downstream system is required. So in the upstream system, we are sending policy center, sending the policy period to the billing center for the payment purposes, etc. So for that, we are using middleware, ESB and all, enterprise service bus, we are using it. When it comes to the downstream system is concerned, general ledger receiving the financial snapshot for the monthly reporting. So this is a system architecture overview one should understand. Next, what are the integration points? So these are the different integration points we have, because one is payment gateways and integration point. So web services, RESTful API, we are using it so that whenever there is any payment settlements that we do, real-time authorization settlement for any credit card payments, everything can be done through payment gateway. Segment document production is one more integration is required, so which is an asynchronous process because you are sending invoice PDFs through the print vendor. The third about bank file. So for that we run batch processing, which is about SFTPs and all, so that we can import daily check payments processed by the bank, etc. So these are the integration checkpoints, integration touch points we should update in regular intervals. Now, what should be the low-level design? Low-level design majorly specify about the entity extensions and as well as goes to logic implementation. So data model extensions, we can use the first one. So account entity, we can use it. So this is the one we update in account entity in the developer studio. Adding a small business underscore extension, this we can do it. But this we have to trigger for the specific delinquency rules for account entity, right? So next about the payment entity, where we are adding external transaction ID number extension to the store for any payment gateway confirmation number, etc. So these are the two major data model extensions we are adding here. Now, what goes to logic delinquency that we are triggering, right? So this is the goes to logic delinquency triggering we are doing, because whenever customer delinquency plan evaluates, this will be implemented to check the account type. This is some basic pseudocode that I have taken. Next about the workflow, right? So payment allocation, whenever the payment is received, the payment instrument must follow the priority sequence. The priority sequence as follows. The first one about past due invoices must be updated in the folder first. Second about the current due amount, followed by any future changes for any applied fund, unapplied funds has to be updated. So this is a particular scenario when we are working on the Guidewire billing center for a given condition, being a technical person. Understanding different business scenarios and working will be helpful when we are attending for interviews or when we are learning Guidewire billing center on our own, or when we are attending for any interviews or working for any real environment. Understanding and working on multiple scenarios will be helpful to excel professionally.